నేను చదివి చేసేస్తాను మీరు స్టార్ట్ చేసేస్తాను ఈ టోపు చేస్తాను డే 2 ఎక్కడ పెట్టేస్తాను
Okay. All right. So yesterday we discussed that in the last call that Hanuman, he had met Sita Mai, and Sita Mai was about to commit suicide, and Hanuman saved her. And just give me a moment. Okay. Yeah. So Hanuman, he saved Sita Mai from committing the suicide which she was planning to, and then Sita Mai was desperately, waiting to hear some good news, and she heard the entire Ramakatha, and it was so nectarian. And then Sita Mai and Hanuman met Hanuman. And she felt very safe and confident that Rama is going to come back and going to release her. So then Hanuman takes the further, he says that I will now go back and I'll inform Sita Mai about you. So, but before going, so Hanuman thought that, let him meet Ravana once. And because that is the duty of a messenger also, that before they don't start any war right away. A messenger is sent to the king, and then they say, "Oh, king, we belong to such and such kingdom, and our king has said we're going to come for a war. If you become subordinate to our kings, then there'll be no fight. Otherwise, you can fight with us." So that's how those things. So Hanuman, he wanted to give good advice to Ravana. He thought that he will go and he will meet Ravana once. So, but Hanuman thought that Ravana will not talk to him, but he has to make him talk to him. So he thought, okay, now anyway it's becoming morning. Let me see this Lanka in the morning. And then when the sun rose, he destroyed all the trees and branches in the Ashokavana. And this Ashokavatika, this garden was the most dearmost thing for Ravana. It was very lovable to Ravana. And because of his speed, Hanuman's speed, right? When he initially started jumping from Mahendragiri mountain, entire ocean folded itself like a mat because of the speed in which it was going. So the ocean folded in the direction of Hanuman's flying. So similarly, here also, because of his speed, automatically the huge trees are being uprooted, and the lakes all the lakes were also rolling like that. So the lake started flooding everywhere. He powdered many mountain peaks. And as this was happening, all the demonesses which were around Sita Devi, they became very afraid. They were already half intoxicated, but they saw, oh, there is a small kitten type, small monkey is there. We saw that this was speaking something to Sita Mai, and now it expanded himself. And now that monkey is destroying everything. So they all went to Sita Mai and asked, please tell us who he is. Then Sita Mai said, see, only a serpent can recognize the feet or of another serpent. Your enemy will know who is that. How will I know? Then they went and they told to Ravana that one monkey came and destroyed all the Ashoka forest except the place which was around Sita Devi. All the Vana was destroyed. And they said, those demonesses also said, Ravana, you banned any male person to enter into Ashoka Vana. See, Ravana, he made sure that no male person enters. It's prohibited for any male to enter into Ashoka Vatika, especially when Sita Devi was there. But there was a male monkey which we saw, and that small male monkey was speaking to her, and then it expanded himself and started destroying. So Ravana, he became very angry. So he sent 80,000 soldiers to capture Hanuman. And they started throwing all kinds of weapons at Hanuman. But none of the weapons touched Hanuman. Then Hanuman, he plucked a big archway, and with that he hit the $80,000 in one shot. All of them were dead. One shot. Then immediately Ravana was informed that all these people are dead. 80,000 soldiers are dead in one blow. Then meanwhile, Hanuman, he went to the 1,000-pillar mandap and he plucked out you see the pillars I mentioned right before, those pillars are all golden pillars. So he plucked out one golden pillar of mandap and he rotated that in the sky. And because of its speed, right, when there will be friction, and when there is too much of friction, what will happen is it will catch fire. So because of its speed, the pillar caught the fire, and all the other pillars also caught the fire. So as it caught the fire, all the diamonds and gems which are coming out of the pillar, they are bursting out of the pillars. Then, one moment. Okay. Then Jambumali was sent. He was sent to fight with Hanuman. So Jambumali was a close minister of of Ravana. So Hanuman, with his palm, he hit the chariot. So the entire chariot was smashed on the ground. And in that, everyone observed that there was a lump of meat there. And that lump of meat, then they understood, oh, that lump of meat must be Jambumali. You see, these monkeys, normally when they have to go to a war, there are weapons to weapons exchange. But when in the next future Kanda, you will see that monkeys had nothing in their hands to fight with. Just their bare hands, their nails, and their strength in their hands. With that, they fought. the war with Ravana. And Ravana's army had all the weapons. So here also 18,000 soldiers were equipped with weapons. Jambumali was equipped with weapons and the chariot and all the astras. But Hanuman hit him in one blow, that's all. There was just lump of meat. Then Ravana became afraid. He called 7 other ministers who were very strong. And all those 7 ministers, they left arrows. But Hanuman was nicely, as they released the arrows, the 7 ministers, Hanuman was playing between the arrows and he's going around, but none of the arrow is touching Hanuman. So then he made a very big roaring sound. At that time, all the flying birds, their hearts were burst and immediately they fell dead just by hearing the roaring sound of Hanuman. And even with that sound, many soldiers died. Even in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna says that, Prabhupada also mentions that when Krishna and Pandavas blew the conch, what happened? It shattered the hearts of soldiers of Dhritarashtra, of the Kauravas. Many of the soldiers, they died there. So that vibration, that sound, who were faint-hearted, who were weak, all of the soldiers died. Then Hanuman killed all of the 7 ministers with their armies in a fraction of a second. Then Ravana sent another 5 army generals, Virupaksha, Yupaksha, Durdhara, Praghasa, and Bhasakarna. And Hanuman killed all the 5 army generals. Then, one moment. Then, as more army generals started coming, then Hanuman hit them with his palm. That's it. Again, each of them became a lump of meat. Then Hanuman, he took a big tree and he hit the other 2 generals and they also got killed. Then he took a mountain, one side of the mountain, and he put them on the army. That's all. The entire army who were supporting the generals, they got killed. So all the 5 generals, great army generals, they got killed. And all this thing happened in just 15 minutes. Only in 15 minutes. Now, Ravana, see, until now, right, Ravana had never faced any kind of defeat. For the first time, he's seeing the heat of the defeat. So now Ravana, he sent his own son. His son's name is Akshakumara. He had many sons. One of the son name is Akshakumara. So Akshakumara went and Hanuman started fighting with him. So Hanuman hit Akshakumara by his palm. But Akshakumara was so strong, he could bear that blow. And after that, he flew into air. And then Hanuman, he saw where he is. And then in the sky, Hanuman held him with his legs. And if you in India, if you see in ancient or even in present day, when there are no washing machines in the villages, you get to see that they take a cloth, the dhobi wala, they take a cloth and they hit against a rock. They'll put some washing powder and all that, they'll soak it, and then they hit against the rock 3-4 times, so that instead of rubbing and all that, it's all hand washing, so that all the soiled garments will become clean. So like that, he held Akshakumara, Hanuman Aksha, he held with his hands, he caught the legs of Akshakumara, and he started hitting onto the rock just like washing clothes. So all the body parts flew away. And at the end, what was left? No skin also. Skin, organs, everything. Only skeleton was remaining. That's all. Only skeleton. No organs, nothing. And now Ravana thought, maybe only I might have to go. But before going, he thought, okay, let me send someone who is equivalent to me. So Ravana sent Indrajit. So Indrajit came to Hanuman with lions drawing his chariot. You see how strong he is. Indrajit's chariot. Indrajit is one of the prime son of the most powerful son of Ravana. So his chariot was drawn by lions. So Indrajit, he released so many arrows, but Hanuman was again playing between the arrows. So now Indrajit, he released the most powerful weapon, which is called Brahmastra. And Hanuman, you remember that Brahma already gave boon. What is that? That none of the weapons can capture Hanuman. So Hanuman thought, okay, this is Brahmastra. It is by Lord Brahma. I must respect him. He knows that this Brahmastra cannot capture Hanuman. Okay. So, but to show some respect, when Indrajit released Brahmastra, that Astra actually bound Hanuman. And immediately, the moment the Brahmastra bound him, all the other soldiers, right? The guards, they came running to him and they bound Hanuman by the ropes. This astra which was there, which could not be seen, it is an invisible astra, and that already bound Hanuman. On top of that, these people went and then they used the ropes and they bound him. Now Indrajit started crying. Why? Because after binding with Brahmastra, if anyone binds him again with any other thing, then Brahmastra, that power will go off. That Brahmastra will leave that person. And Indrajit cannot reuse that Brahmastra weapon again until the next day. But Hanuman knows all of these things. He voluntarily accepted to be bounded. And he anyway wants to meet Ravana. See why he did all that. If he goes, I wanted to meet Ravana, immediately none of the guards, no one will actually even listen to him. Now Ravana will come and listen to him. So they all brought Hanuman, in front of Ravana. And Ravana saw Hanuman. And when he saw Hanuman, he looked like Nandi. And immediately he started getting the fear. What is that? Because Nandi, he gave a shrap, or he cursed Hanuman that you will be defeated, you'll be killed by monkeys. Your kingdom will be destroyed by monkeys. So he was afraid when he saw Hanuman. So then, as he was brought, so first Prahastha is one of the minister of Ravana. He started asking questions. So tell us, who are you? Where did you come from? Then Hanuman said, why will I talk to you? I will not talk to you. I'll directly talk to Ravana. So Hanuman, then he spoke to Ravana directly. He said, I am Sugriva's messenger. Rama, he killed Vali by himself. Okay. And Ravana, and the same Rama, he killed 14,000 demons all alone in Janasthana. So, Ravana, you will not be spared. Okay? You surrender to Lord Rama. You surrender to Lord Rama and you leave Sita Mai at his feet. Then Ravana became so angry. He said, first of all, you kill this Hanuman. Okay. Before this, I wanted to tell. You see, this is what demons do. Okay. Actual Kshatriyas who follow the Vedic principles, whenever there is a war, whenever a situation like this comes, they will not send their subordinates first. First, the king will go and face them. Even in any war, right? If you see our wars, they don't send soldiers first. The first person who is there in the line will be the king. That's why Prabhupada criticizes. Nowadays, you see the president or the prime minister is sitting somewhere very safely in the capital, but it's all the soldiers who are fighting on the borders. In those days, it was not like that. It was the king who used to be on the front line. Okay, so this is the demon's quality, sending everyone else. So now Ravana is saying you kill Hanuman immediately. But Vibhishana said, no, he's a messenger. Don't kill him. Whatever he's asked to do, he said here. That's all. Now, if we kill him, who will be there to tell the message back to Rama? So don't kill him. Then Ravana said, yes, that's a good idea. That's a good suggestion. Then Ravana said, for monkeys, the tail is very dear to them. So you light this tail with fire. So then they all took him. They wrapped a big ghee-soaked cloth, ghee-soaked cloth to the tail, and they made him like one kind of a procession, and everybody in the kingdom, they're all throwing stones at him, and he wanted to see all those because he has a plan. He's seeing which all places I need to destroy. So this is the best time because all the people are out and they're being a procession in the main street. So he's seeing all these places and people are insulting him, but none of them had actually affected him. So they all took him to the end after the procession was over. Then they lighted the fire. Meanwhile, Sita Mai, she came to know. And she came to know that Hanuman's tail has been lit with fire. She immediately prayed to Agnidev. She said, let this tail be, this fire be very cool for him. let him not feel the heat of that fire. It should be very cool. So when it was lighted, at once, Hanuman is very strong. He jumped out of their group, and he started lighting every house with fire. And Agnidev was super happy. Why? Because if you remember this, Ravana, he was controlling the 5 elements like Agni, Vayu, Varuna, all of them. So he is controlling all the demigods. Even the lamp in his home must not move. It must be straight. The fire coming out of the lamp must be straight. With these lamps are at the hanging to the pillars to give the lighting. Because if that lamp moves, then the light in the hallway will move, so which does not like. So it should be like a constant lights bulbs how we have. So he used to control the demigods like that. Even Samudradev, the ocean, the demigod of the ocean, he was afraid. So Ravana used to look at him very aggressively. And then why? Because ocean was having a huge waves in front of like whenever Ravana goes, or huge waves are falling at his at Lanka's shore. So he was not happy. So immediately Samudradev used to retract the waves, and the waves used to be just like a small lake or a pond. So Agnidev was very happy. This is the best time I was able to get some revenge. And as he's lighting the fire, every demon was getting burned. It was a big fire. And Vayudev is helping helping him. Why? Because it is his son who has done it, and he was also being controlled by Ravana. And Agnidev, if in other Ramayana it is mentioned, he was so much controlled that in his kitchen, all the stoves were automatic. Agnidev he himself has to cook. Cook in the sense he's high flame and low flame. He has to reduce and increase. If he sees any pots being burnt, then he will look very angrily at Agnidev and he'll punish Agnidev. So, so Agni and Vayudev also so happy that his son is doing this. And if you see in any forest fires, right, they spread only in the direction of the wind. So wind plays a major role in spreading the fire. So as Hanuman lit, immediately Vayudev helps that fire to expand in all the directions. So the entire Lanka was getting burned. Their palaces were being burned, the golden houses, the emeralds, and as they were in fire, all of them are melting. The gems and emeralds and all of those diamonds were bursting out of those pillars and the walls and all those. And the many demons, they were getting burnt. And in the midst of that, he thought, oh, is Sita Mai affected with it? Because he burnt everywhere. Did Sita Mai get affected? So then immediately he jumped into Ashokavana, and he saw that Ashokavana was untouched by fire. Totally untouched. And then looking at that rings, when he saw Sita Mai was looking at the ring, and looking at that ring, Sita Mai felt that Lord Rama himself has come here. Then again, Sita Mai has some conversation with Hanuman, and Hanuman consoled Sita Mai again that don't worry, mother, I will go back and I'll tell to Rama everything and all about you. So we will come back very soon. So right now, I'll take leave from you. And that saying like that, Hanuman, he jumped back onto the Trikuta Chalam. And Valmiki Maharshi, he says here, Kritam Hanumata Karyam Sumahad Bhuvi Durlabham Manasapi Yadanyena na Shakyam Dharani Tale. He says, an outstanding work, the most arduous or difficult work in the world has been accomplished by Hanuman. This cannot be even carried away or carried out even by any other person on the surface of the earth. Hanuman had done an impossible task. So, Hanuman, he saw the entire Lanka was being burned, was getting burned, and he felt very happy. He clasped his his palms in joy, and he prayed to Rama. And then he thought, okay, now let me return. Now Rama is thinking how to cross the ocean with all these monkeys. One moment. Okay. Actually, Hanuman was thinking how to bring that monkeys here. But he thought, no, first let me go and tell them this. Let Rama take the decision. So after burning, he again jumped back to the southern seashore of India, near Mahendragiri Parvatam, where all the monkeys, Angada, Jambal, they were all waiting. And when they came, everyone were anxiously waiting. Oh, Hanuman is returned. Did he see it or not? Half of them were actually joyous. They had confidence that Hanuman would have them. And still they were anxious. Oh, did he come without searching, or did he find Sita or not? So when they came, they asked what happened. Then Hanuman explained everything. So all the Vanaras, they became so joyous. And monkeys, that they are little, they have uncontrolled senses. So they kept jumping here and there. They were destroying each other, fighting with each other in joy. So then they said this news has to be first told to Rama. So they all running towards the Kishkintha. As they were running towards the Kishkintha, they were on their way, right? Whatever the trees are there, the mountains are there, in joy mood, they were destroying all this plants, the farms. They became so happy. They're jumping, they're going, they're taking one tree, they're hitting on the other. Hyperactive. All of them became hyperactive, and they came destroying. And then it was Sugriva's father-in-law that he was ruling one part, and he immediately went and told to Sugriva, what is this? Some of your servants are have destroyed all the plants, fauna, trees, fruits, everything in our kingdom. Then Sugriva ordered, send my order to them that they should not destroy anything, and immediately they should present here. So this message went, and at once they stopped, and they all came running back. And everybody is telling the story how Hanuman went, how he went to Swayam Prabha Bila, we got caught there for 5 months and all that. And then they said, then how they met Sampati, and then Sampati said Sita Mai is there. Then they're explaining everything to Sugriva. Then Rama asked, how is Sita Mai? What did she say? None of them could answer. Then they said, Only Hanuman can do it. So then all looked at Hanuman. Then Hanuman was very humbly was there at the backside. See, he's the one who had accomplished all the tasks, but he was very humble. So finally he came back. No, they brought him, and then Hanuman explained that Sita Mai is very safe in Ashokavatika as just like a fire who cannot be abused. She's like a fire. She's like Sadhvi. She has given these abhijnana. That means the remembrance form. And there's two stories that Sita Maya asked him to say. He told that, and Rama was no, he was completely engrossed in tears. He would not. He was unable to speak anything more. Then he embraced Hanuman. That was the no, and Hanuman was that was the greatest gift for Hanuman. So with that, then I'll stop here. This ends the Sundara Kanda. Okay. Tomorrow I will take the next Kanda, which is the Yuddha Kanda.